Welcome you all once again to my channel. Today we are going to be making this Bubu kaftan, and I'm going to be showing you how I attach the Aso-Oke trims. Okay, then this Bubu gown is going to have the cut together pocket. So guys, if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much and welcome back. Then if you are a passerby, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe as you watch. Without wasting much of our time, let's get into the video. So this is the Ankara fabric I'm going to be using. It's 4 years. And this is the Aso-Oke I'm going to be making use of. The length of this one is 80 inches in total. Because the main place I'm going to be placing it is on the neckline. Then the remaining one, I attach it to my sleeve. Okay. I'll first fold my fabric into 4. This is the 4 yards. So I'll fold it in a way that I'll get my full length. Okay. Now I'll be folding it to the back. Okay. So I've folded it into 2. And I'll go ahead and fold it again. Make it into 4 folds. So this is the wax. The African print area is on this side. Okay. Okay. Having done that, I'll go ahead and remove 1 inch upwards. So I have to draw 1 inch straight like so. So this is our starting line. The next thing I'm going to be using is to use my pin to secure it at the necessary points. So guys, I'll go ahead to take my vertical measurements. So what I'm going to be taking first is shoulder to the hip line. So our shoulder to the hip line, I'll go ahead and mark my neck width measurements. The neck width I'm using for this Bubu is 3.5 inches. So by the time we'll turn it up, it's facing, it will be getting to 4 inches. Okay, so 3.5 inches is okay. Then I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder divided by 2. Shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mark it here. Then from this point, I'll take my sleeve extension. And the sleeve extension I'm making use of is about 10 inches. Then I'll add 1 inch for seam allowance. Okay, because I'm going to be doing my Aso-Oke to it. Okay, so I'll use half inch to join my Aso-Oke to it. So shoulder measurement divided by 2. I extended it to 11 inches. Okay, so from this sleeve extension, I'm going to come down 1.5 inches for shoulder drop. Okay, so I'll drop my shoulder by 1.5 inch. I'll use my ruler to connect it to the neck width. Okay, I'll go ahead and add half inch upwards like so. Okay, so guys, I'll go ahead and mark my neck depth. The neck depth for the back is going to be 1.5 inch. Okay, while that for the front is going to be 8.5 inches. So, and I'll go ahead and connect it to the strong part of my ruler like so. Then for the front one, I'll connect it in a V shape. So you can see me doing. So having taken my neck depth, I'll go ahead and measure the full length of the gown. So the full length of my gown is 59 inches, then plus 2 inches allowance for folding it. So I want to draw it upwards so I can get the length. So I'll mark my 60 inches and I'll add 1 inch. Remember my tape is 60 inches in length, so I'm adding 1 inch to make it up to 61 inches. And I'll go ahead and draw a straight line with my ruler at this point. Okay, I'll come over to the hip line and I'll measure my hip circumference divided by 4. Okay, at the hip line, take your hip circumference divided by 4 and add extra 5 inches for both ease allowance and joining allowance. So at this point, I'm having 17 inches in total. Okay, and once I mark at this hip line, I'll mark it both at the hem line and at the sleeve opening. So I'll first mark at the hem line, 17 inches here. Okay, then I'll go up to the sleeve opening point. So the sleeve opening is going to be 10.5 inches. So at this sleeve opening point, I'll take the same 17 inches that I took at the hip line. So I'll go ahead and measure 17 inches. See, okay, and I'll bring this point inwards. I'll draw a line inwards to meet the 17 inches. I'll draw a line to meet the 17 inches. Also, I'll go up to the shoulder slope. It's a straight line as well. Okay, so from this 17 inches sleeve opening, I'll draw a straight line to meet the hip line. Okay, and I'm going to curve here a bit. I'll curve this our armhole a bit. Okay, it's not meant to be sharp, so I'll go ahead to curve it. Then I will extend the straight line to the hemming line. Okay, it's my straight ruler as well. Extend these 2 points. Okay, so remember this is a put together pocket that you're going to be having on this gown. So what I'm going to be doing, I'll mark my waistline from the shoulder line. Shoulder to my waist is 19 inches. And I'll come down like 2 inches. 1 inch is okay. Come down from the waist by 1 inch. Okay. Then from there, I will take my pocket opening. Pocket opening of 6.5 inches is okay. So I'll check if my hand can be able to enter it freely. Okay. Okay, I can make it 7 inches from this 1 inch below my waistline. I mark 7 inches for this pocket opening. So, and I'll draw the shape of my pocket from here. So I'm going to make a shape of the pocket like so. Going to shape it like so. 7 inches. I'm going to be cutting it from here. Okay. The next is to cut out this measurement. I'll first of all cut the back. Then I'll cut the front. This is the partner one. Then I'll cut the shoulder line, the other line. So having cut that, I'll go ahead and cut the length. Then I'll continue cutting from the down part upwards. So first of all, cut out the length. So guys, this round is going to have a slit. So it's meant to have a slit from the down. So from down, I'll measure 18 inches. And that is where the slit will start. 18 inches is okay. So when I cut and reach at this point, I'm going to make a notch there so that I'll know where the slit will start while sewing it. So remember, I use my hip circumference to make my measurement just because my hip is more than the bust, okay? But if your bust is more bigger than the hip, then when taking your measurements, you will make use of the bust. When I get to this point, I'll cut like so. And I'll continue cutting from there. So guys, having cut this is how I'm going to be sewing it. After cutting the facing and joining it, both for the back and the front neckline, I'll join it at the shoulder with ½ inch. Then I'll go ahead and join my Aso-Oke stripes to the sleeve. Then I'll join from there with 1 inch or ½ inch. Okay, so I'll join it all straight. When I get to the pocket, I will join it from the pocket round. Then when I join from the pocket round, I'll get to this point, okay, and I'll continue to join it all straight down. So guys, don't forget from the hemline we measure 18 inches upwards, and that is where our slit is going to start, okay? So I'll go ahead and mark 18 inches at this point. I'll make the notch here. So when I join and get to this notch area, I will stop. So guys, having cut out our down, I'll go ahead and remove the inner one. But before then, I want to chop it so that I know the back and the front, okay? So this is the back side, this is the front side. Then I remove the back one, remove my pin, shoot the back one front so that I can trim the neckline of the front one. So guys, I'll go ahead and cut the front neckline. Okay, and I'll go ahead and iron this neck area very well. The essence is for me to get the crease line in. So iron this face down. So then, having done that, I'll go ahead and cut my facing for both the back and the front. So guys, I'm cutting my facing for the back. I went ahead to fold my piece to my so. Then I'll place it under it. So, and I'll trace my neck line for this place as well. When I remove the back neckline, I will mark where I want the placing to extend to. So, this is okay. Okay. You can measure your own to have the forehead, but I don't see any need for that. That is why I don't measure it. So I'll go ahead and apply the facing for the back one. It's going to be going backwards. So I'll place the facing front side, facing the front side of the fabric. Okay, like this. And I'll use inch to join into the back. Then after that, I will notch this point and I will turn it over to the back side. Okay, put it aside and work on the front pattern. The front facing will be coming to the front side. It's not going to be showing. So just a small facing I want to be cutting. Just to turn off the front part. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So when I bring it out, just enough to cover my front neckline. Not going to be so deep, okay? Because the Aso-Oke is going to be covering this facing. I'll go ahead and trim it out like so. So I will cut the facing from the front. I'll go ahead and attach it through the back part. This is my front bodice. I'll attach the facing from the back and it's going to be coming up to the front. Okay. So guys, I use half inch to join it at the back, then turn it up to the front part. Okay. I'll go back to my machine, join it with half inch, notch it and flip it to the front before I now go ahead to cut my Aso-Oke. So I'm going ahead to stitch the facing for the back. So after stitching the facing, don't forget to notch. Don't forget to make a notch on it all around. So notch it. But make sure you don't cut the thread. So you need to stitch it. So I notch it. Then after notching it, I'll go ahead and cross stitch on the facing. Okay? Cross stitch it on the facing. So I'll do the same thing for the front one. This is the front. I stitch it at the back of it. So by the time we flip it over, it will go to the front. While the back one will be going to the back. You understand? So I will notch it as well as I did for the back. I will notch it. This center notching is very important. So that it will relax well. So make a small notch too at the curved part. Okay, and I'll go ahead to stop the top stitch on the facing as well. I'll also stop stitch at the facing and the facing. I'll be flipping the facing to the front.
So next I'll go ahead and use my pressing iron to iron these parts very well, okay?
Remember, our shop is going to be covering this facing. So all I wanted is for this edge to be very smooth. So that the easy white tracing the Aso-Oke on it. So after ironing it, I'll fold it and iron it again so that I'll get the crease line well. Okay. So folding it over, making sure that it's fold at this center before I iron it. So what I'm showing you is the easiest way for you to trace your Aso-Oke so that it will match well. So guys, I'm giving it a good press. I'll get my Aso-Oke. Remember, I'm making use of 80 inches of Aso-Oke. So I'll go ahead and place my Aso-Oke underneath the front piece like so. Then making sure that this edge of the Aso-Oke is touching the shoulder line. Okay, because we need it to join on the shoulder line, so it has to touch it. Also make sure that this um, front neckline matches the edge of this Aso-Oke, because that is where we are going to be sewing it on. We are going to be sewing the Aso-Oke from the edge here. So I'm actually taking my time to arrange it well. Okay, the mouth of the front, the mouth of the front neckline will not be showing. It is the Aso-Oke that will cover it. So you push it back a bit. You see it. Okay. Then I'll use my pin. I'll use my pin to hold it so that it will not shift. You can see what I'm doing. So I'll align it well. Also use pin to hold this place as well. Okay. So I will trace it to where the Aso-Oke stop touching the front material. Okay. From here, we go down to where the Aso-Oke stop touching the material, and I'll use my chalk to mark it. Use my chalk to mark it. Chalk it all to this V neck part. You see, I've marked it. Look at the line. Look at what I've marked. So I'll go ahead and add half inch before cutting it out. So this is half inch. I'll mark half inch all to the tip as well. Okay. So this is how you place your Aso-Oke. In order for you not to waste the Aso-Oke and for it to match well. So this is the best way for you to place it. So I can use my ruler now to connect it so that it will be straight. Okay. So I'll go ahead and cut it out from here. Okay. And I'll trim the upper part as well. So I'll trim this piece too. So I'll go ahead and remove the pinch, and I'll as well go to my machine and run a straight stitch at this chalk part here. You get that? So I'll do that and I'll come and show you the outcome. So let me pin it down so that it will not move. I'll use this half inch to sew it down. So guys, I've joined it with half inch, following the chalks, the markings that I made there. I follow the markings and I joined it. Okay. So I'll go ahead and open up. Look at it. So I'll open up this half inch that I used to join it, and I'll iron it well. I'll iron it down well. So iron it down. So understand. Iron it down so that it will be smooth and it will relax well on the cloth. So you can see that the Aso-Oke they are matching. It is matching. It's matching well. Okay. So I'll open this one. I'll open my front bodies. Okay. Open it like so. Then I'll place this one on top like this. I'll place it, and the remaining one I'm going to use it to turn my sleeve. So after joining it at the shoulder, I will turn my sleeve with it. So I'll sew it on the back of the sleeve, understand? So guys, I'll go ahead and use my pressing iron to iron it down so that it will align well. Okay. Then I'll use my office pin to secure the edges. I'll secure this like so. I'll secure from here also. Okay. Making sure that the middle of this seam, okay, align with the middle of my front dress. You understand? So guys, I'll use my pin to secure it down so that when I'll be sewing it, it won't shift. Okay. Make sure I iron it very well. To make sure I iron it down very well. So guys, I'm going to be attaching these trimmings at the tip here. So I'll go ahead and trim off this excess here. So this space will look neat. Okay. Trim off this side as well. So that the rough edge will not show. Then I'll pick this one. I'll put it here and I'll be sewing it down at this place. Okay. And this one will be this side. So I'll arrange it the way I want it to be. See what I'm doing. Then this one will be here. Then when I'm sure I've arranged it well, I'll use my pin to hold it in place. Okay, so I'll hold it. So, when stitching it, I'll make sure it's well aligned or arrange it well while stitching it. So I'm just showing you what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so I fix it inside, making sure that the middle of the sewing here matches to the one of the dress. Okay, so guys, after securing it with my pin, okay, I'll go ahead to my machine and I'll sew this place. I'll sew here, making sure it catches the v-neck very well. Then I'll proceed by sewing here as well. I'll sew it to this point and sew this up to the shoulder line. Okay, so after I've done sewing it, okay, I'll place the back one front side facing each other. Okay, so now arrange it well. I'll go ahead and use half inch. I'll use half inch to join it on the shoulder. See this facing for the back. I'll flip it to the front side and join it with half inch. Then later I will bring it back to the back side. Okay, so that this face will be smooth and neat. Then I'll do the same thing to this side of the shoulder as well. I'll join the shoulder, the both shoulders by flipping this facing to the back. Then I'll join it with half inch and return the facing back. Okay. Then after that, I'm going to be adding the remaining Aso-Oke at the sleeve area. I will add the remaining Aso-Oke just to give it a design. So I'll go ahead and join the front and the back with half inch or 1 inch as you wish. I'll use half inch or 1 inch to join it from here to the pocket. I'll go round, then join it to the hemline. Then later I'll hem the down parts. Okay, so let me go ahead and join it and I'll come and show you the outcome. So guys, I've gone ahead to join the shoulder. Okay, I use the I use the facing for the back to turn over the shoulder. You can see it, turn it over. Okay, and I joined it. Okay, then I use the remaining of my Aso-Oke to attach to the sleeve so as to complete the length of my sleeve. So you can see it. What I did to this side, I repeat it also to this side. Okay, so I will go ahead and use hemming gum to make this one to stay in place. Okay, I use hemming gum, iron hemming gum on it so that it will relax well. Okay, so I've also joined it at the side. Okay, with I use 3/4 inch to join it from here. So when I get to the pocket side, I use half inch to run it round the pockets. Okay, and I continue with 3/4 inch as well. So I did the same thing to this side, to the other side. So you can see the slits. While cutting it, we'll make some notch where the slit is going to start, and that is what I did here. Okay, this is where I stopped stitching it and I went ahead to hem this slits area. So I've also hemmed the down parts of the gown. Okay, so guys, and this is the final look of our bubu. So guys, remember matching of this Aso-Oke strips is the main focus of this video, and you can see the outcome. You can see it matches well, it aligns well. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you have learned anything in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you go if you have not subscribed. Thank you so much for watching once again. Like and share my video. So I'll go ahead and give it a good press so that it will relax well, okay? And remember I said I'm going to use hemming gum to make this back facing to stay in place, okay? Look at the sleeve, at the stripes on the sleeve, okay? So this is the outcome of our Bubu. So thank you so much for watching once again. See you in my next video. Bye bye.